You're back to plant-based way of life. It's so good to see you. I'm really excited today because we're going to make a hearty casserole dish that you can make it ahead and serve it to your guests or your family. It's just yummy and nutritious and very, very vegan and plant-based. Now we're going to start, well first I got to tell you, my air fryer is on, so that's what you're hearing in the background. I have some potato crisp in there that will be done in a little while. But what I got is some sweet potatoes. I didn't steam them or anything. I just went ahead and took some of the skins off because they happen to be sitting there for a few days. So we're just going to slice them up, cut them into nice bite-sized pieces. I love sweet potatoes because they're so diverse. You can do everything with them, from like a sweet potato pie to a casserole like this, a savory one. And everybody loves to eat something hearty and satisfying, especially if you're a vegan. If you're not eating meat, you want something that's hearty and tasteful. When I was little, my mom used to always take sweet potatoes and just bake them and put butter on them. But there's so much more you could do with them. These are cutting really nice with my great knife here. You see those pieces? They're pretty much bite size. Y'all got a big mouth? I know I do. I could definitely eat these all. So I got about 3 sweet potatoes. I'm not the best at chopping, but it's fun once you get the hang of it. If you have a good knife, it's great. Okay, those look pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just gonna, this is so easy and fast. Just gonna throw these in the casserole dish like that. The main key to this recipe, and I'll share it in a minute, is the cheesy sauce. It's basically a sweet potato broccoli casserole with cheesy sauce. Here's your broccoli. I used frozen, so we're gonna take a few pieces of these and cut them down because they're a little bit big. You don't have to use the whole bag. This is the whole bag. But you know, broccoli is so good for your bones because it has like calcium, and it's one of those cruciferous, if I could say that correctly. You know, it's Sheldon's favorite on Big Bang Theory. He got broccoli night. We do a lot with broccoli, from soup to casseroles. You put that broccoli in there. Da da da. Come see. A little bit more. When I was a little kid, I used to love broccoli. My mom told me. She'd put a little bit of butter on it, and I would eat the whole thing. Okay, that's good enough. We're going to save some of this for another recipe later on. Now, like I said, the key to this is the spice that you put in it. Ooh, the air fryer stopped. That's a good sign. I'm going to make the cheesy vegan sauce with about half a cup of cashews. Ta-da. We want 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Now, if you want, you could purchase this on Amazon without the folic acid. They say that without the folic acid, makes the folic acid in it more bioavailable to your body. So actually, this is the Amazon one that I actually put in an old container, so it's easy to transport. Okay, we'll put some garlic powder in here. Get like 2 teaspoons or so. You know, flavors are very subjective. It just depends on what you like and how strong a flavor you want. I happen to love strong flavors, so I put quite a bit in there. And let's see. And a little bit of, again, I always talk about this, but it's my veggie blend from BJ's. It's organic. It has several different spices in it. Put some in there, and also going to sprinkle some on the casserole as well. Yum, this is going to be good, good, good eating. Can't forget our vinegar. This is going to make it frothy and give it that cheese-like flavor. Put 2 tablespoons of that. Now we're going to have to taste test this and see how good it is. Last but not least is some water. Now this all depends. How thick do you want your cheese sauce? Now if you're making mac and cheese, you're going to want it a little thicker. But for this, I want a little waterier, so 1.5 cups. And believe it or not, when you put it in the oven and you cook it, it gets thicker. So don't worry if it's a little bit waterier, a lot of water in it. So let's try it again. Sometimes when I turn it on and off, the second time it really chops them up better. There you go. Okay. That's about 30 seconds or so. Are you ready to taste it? I know I am. All right, let's see. Pretty cheesy, but you know what it needs? It needs some salt for sure. So let's go ahead and put let's put 3 big pinches of salt. I'm going to add a little bit more nutritional yeast. Let's boost that up to 3 tablespoons. And a little more vinegar. We started out with 2 tablespoons. Let's put a little more. It's because I added a little water. That's why we need more vinegar. Again, you got to taste your food. You just can't, I'm not one to follow a recipe as far as ounces and teaspoons. I'd rather just taste it, because your taste buds know best. That should do it. Let me taste it again. Perfect. Very good. Now rinse that spoon off because we're going to use it to mix this. Okay, let me pour the cheesy juice, cheesy sauce over the broccolis and potatoes. See how that's so nice? It covers everything. Woo! Yum. To top it off, I like to add some pepper. Okay, voila. That's it on here. Now, what I like to do after it's cooked for it's going to cook for a total of 45 to 50 minutes. But when it's around 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and we'll put some breadcrumbs over the top, some panko breadcrumbs to give it a nice crispy texture. Or you could even add those potato skins I was talking about. Okay, this is set at 350. It's going to be 350. Just burned my finger. That wasn't too smart, in it. This top. Okay, let's leave the top off because it's not fitting under here. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Those things you run into in real life, right? Okay, so that's good. It's all happy. It's taking a break. And I'm going to set my Google. Hey, Google, set timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
And then, like I said, at 30 minutes, I'll put some breadcrumbs on the top, and it'll be good to go. And I'll show you that a little bit later when it's done. Hey, Google, turn off timer. I'm excited. It should be done by now. So hungry. I'm starving. I hope you are too. And I hope you make this at home because it's delicious. Now, after it's cooked for an hour, because the potatoes were not pre-steamed, I put the the sweet potatoes in there hard. So it cooked for an hour, and now I'm going to add the breadcrumbs. Yum. Give it a little crispiness on top. We'll put it in for another 10 minutes or so. Okay guys, I'm putting this in the oven. It's going to cook for about 10 minutes just to crust the breadcrumbs, and they are panko. You could use regular, but I like the crunchier panko ones. Put it in there, and that's about it. So that'll be great. I'm going to go and eat as soon as this is done. So I'm going to say ciao and bye, and thank you for joining us at Plant-Based Way of Life. See you next time.